everybody, welcome to my channel. Hope everybody's having an amazing week. It's Tuesday, getting ready for the holidays, if you celebrate. So, I wanted to touch on relationships. So, I deal with all kinds of things when speaking to my clients. It can range from relationship issues to anxiety to just whatever, but I think that the biggest thing is that self-love aspect, and that comes out in all areas. Like, once you build that foundation, that that inner knowing, like that trust within yourself, it becomes apparent in all areas. I mean, that's the only way to say it. So the reason I bring up relationships is because I'm watching this amazing show called Harlow. I think it's on Prime Video if anybody's interested. But within the show, it's about relationships, different relationships, intimate friendships, whatever. And it's just it was such a good show. The season just ended, so I'm a little sad, but I'll get over it. But the thing that struck me was she was talking about what we were taught. So these are stories that are learned, right? We've learned them through either listening to fairy tales told by our parents, or possibly even reading Cinderella, Snow White, or whatever, right? And so this forms what your idea of a relationship, and I'm talking about intimate relationships at this point, right? Your love interest. So this kind of formed what you feel like a relationship should be, how love should go, the story that you tell yourself. This is what ends up being your goal, right? It's like the knight in shining armor will come and save me. He will find me, and then he will save me, right? So in the show, they were talking about that, and then it dawned on me that I'm watching a show that may not be Cinderella or Snow White, and may not be like fighting dragons and being saved from a castle or the evil stepmother or whatever it is, but the relationships have the same dynamic. It's never just smooth. So we expect there to be turbulence. We expect there to be some sort of separation, and then, oh my gosh, we are not able to be together right now. Oh, we don't love each other. And then you guys come back, and then they love each other. And so this is the story. So I just thought it was an interesting example of stories that, I feel like a lot of people would relate to, because I feel like that's the dynamic in most love stories and most movies that we watch, that have any kind of idea of what love is. It's like, oh, they meet, they fall in love, it's amazing, and then all of a sudden there's all these things that tear them apart, whether it be lies, whether it just be circumstance or whatever, and then they fight their way back to each other, and they find out that, oh, they've loved each other all along. Well, I mean, I guess the question is, does it really have to be like that? And maybe that's what we put out is what we get, right? We're magnets, and so if that's the idea that we're putting out, we're waiting for that to happen, and it's supposed to be like this heartache and then this happy ending and all this stuff. Maybe it doesn't have to, right? So once again, the purpose of this story is that we tell ourselves these stories, and this is what we're expecting. Well, change the story. Does it have to be so hard? Can it go smoothly? Can you meet someone and then it just be like, okay, it's all beautiful and everything works out, and it doesn't have to be turmoil in between, or it doesn't have to be this crazy madness that goes on that just makes you guys go back to each other all passionately. It was interesting because the episode that I was watching, that's kind of what happened, and I was thinking to myself, yeah, does it need to be that way? Can it just be I mean, I know that life is going to have bumps in the road, but every love story, I had to actually stop and think about it. I was like, every single one. There's always some turmoil in between. So these are the things we're being taught. These are the stories we tell ourselves. So part of what I am trying to put out there is that if you have watched what I've watched, what the shows that have given me my ideas of how a relationship should go, then you may want to also rethink your story and rethink what you're putting out there. Because as I've said a billion times, we're magnets. And so if what we're putting out to the universe is that idea, then that's what we're going to get back, right? And if we put out something else, then maybe we'll get something else back. And I believe that because I've been doing it. I've been manifesting, right? So this is part of why I talk about these things. Not because I'm so much better than everybody else and I'm perfect, but because, you know, I'm doing this. I'm working these ideas in my life. I'm using these tools. And I'm also, you know, helping my clients. Like I've watched several clients who, when we discuss these things, we talk about changing the story. We talk about doing that inner work. And when they do, they become so much more clear on what it is they want to put out into the universe. And the reason that I speak and talk to you guys is so that I can share some of that with you guys. Obviously in smaller bits, since it's a, you know, YouTube/Instagram or Facebook, wherever you're watching me, channel. So yeah, so I hope this helps in some way, and I hope it made some kind of sense, because it really resonated with me last night. It's like, wow, you know, this is what we've been programmed to believe. It's supposed to be hard, it's supposed to be this, it's supposed to be that. And you know, sometimes I'm sure it is, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes it just goes smoothly and beautifully, and like people fall in love, and it's no bumps in the road, no leaving, no other people, no whatever it is, you know, no dragons, towers, evil stepmothers. So I hope that resonates. I hope that everybody is going to be having a happy holidays, whatever you're celebrating. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel.